hateful creatures, festering in their isolated echo chambers, where all they're capable of hearing is their own venomous hate, reverberating back ad infinitum, lurking in their hiding places, plotting and scheming to build what they would consider a utopian society, a sterile society, strictly policed and monitored, void of discourse or opinions. These creatures want nothing more than a world locked in their own twisted logic, devoid of any ideology save for their own. Sound familiar? Welcome to the Doctor Who Masterclass, the series in which we project hot-button ideologies onto the imagery and storytelling of Doctor Who. Karl Marx was a 19th century philosopher, economist, and evil scientist who in 1848 published the Communist Manifesto. Communism is a social organisation in which all property is owned by the community, meaning an absence of social classes, money, and the state, the opposition of capitalism, and in turn, individual ownership. And so Marx was known as the creator of the communists, fathering a poisoned groupthink, effectively mutating the minds of the civilized working class into hate-filled drones. As Karl Marx said, we must exterminate the white bourgeois, and no one should own anything. The end goal of Marxism is an overthrowing and culling of the upper class and capitalists, akin to the French Revolution of the 18th century. It's a rallying cry to the working class to exterminate the rich and plunder the world they built, just like the Daleks plunder the Earth's core in the Dalek invasion of Earth. But it's not enough for the Daleks to invade Earth, they must also enslave the humans totally, controlling their very thoughts and ideas and reducing men to hollow drones. Robo-men. If you substitute the Robo-men for Hollywood and the Daleks for cultural Marxism, the scenario becomes all too clear. George Orwell's nightmare made reality. However, it's unclear exactly what the Daleks stand against, as they have no clear enemy in the form of opposing ideologies or groups. Who are their bourgeois? Actually, it's hard to frame the Daleks as any kind of revolution, as they are not opting for a change in political or social governing system. Marxism was about analysing the role of capitalism in class struggle, and if that inevitably leads to social revolution, a possible path to avoiding the alienation and loss of humanity of the labour class, the Daleks want to expand their territory and enslave every single other living thing, then kill and or carry out experiments on them. I don't think that quote from earlier was quite right either. Okay, let's try and refocus for a minute and see if a different framework fits. Let's examine the timeline of feminist tyranny. The early 20th century. The formation of the suffragettes marked first wave feminism, a women's organisation that believed only women should vote. The 1990s. The third wave of feminism evolves into the underground feminist punk movement Riot Grrrl, a platform of loud, spiteful music and grungy aesthetics of hate. 2016. Sony Pictures releases Ghostbusters. 2016. Pushing a narrative that only women can bust ghosts. I have not seen the film, but I'm assured it does. I don't know about you, but I can just imagine the next Dalek scheme being to dominate Ghostbusters. 2017. The gender pay gap is still extremely wide, and men within the government are in charge of women's health laws, with the American government trying to overturn laws that give women rights to their bodies. And sexist abuse and harassment is going largely unchecked and being mostly downplayed and normalised. No, this isn't right, is it? The Dalek standpoint is that of superiority and exclusion, whereas feminism is fundamentally about inclusion and an abolishment of long-standing discrimination. Democracy? They could be democracy, but I suppose they've always had pretty strict totalitarian representation. It's actually incredibly hard to associate the Daleks with any real-life movement or political group. I'm really struggling here. Their ideology and methodology just isn't matching up with any of my hot-button reference points, and I'm really beginning to feel a kind of desperation here as I clutch at... Oh, wait! They're Nazis!